Good evening and welcome to the final of the local inter-parish quiz. After many contests up to now, we've narrowed the number of teams down to 2, and they are Macroom and Kilnamatra. Representing Kilnamatra on our left, we have Donald Ring, Dahi McSweeney, Mary Cronin and Martin Cronin. From Macroom, we have James Kelleher, Michael O'Connor, Phil O'Leary and Con Kelleher. Assisting me tonight I have Jerry Tuig as timekeeper and adjudicator, and my scorekeeper is Tim O'Mahony, assisted by Pat O'Connor. The only difference in the format for the final is that there are 10 team conferring questions at the end of the contest. Otherwise it remains the same format as used up to now. So to get the ball rolling, we'll ask Donald Ring the first 2-mark individual questions. Donald, what are Apaches, Cherokees and Mohicans?
Indians.
Red Indians, correct. Dahi, where in the Bible was Jesus born? Where according to the Bible?
In Bethlehem.
Bethlehem is correct. Mary, which member of the Beatles was assassinated in New York in 1980?
John Lennon.
Correct. And Martin, which South African bishop won the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize?
Bishop Desmond Tutu.
That's correct. Macroom James, actor Larry Hagman plays which character in the television series Dallas?
J.R. Ewing.
Well done. Right. Michael, which ship sank in 1912 on its maiden voyage when it hit an iceberg?
Titanic.
That's correct. Phil, of which pop group is Bob Geldof the lead singer?
Overtime.
That's correct. And Con, which is longer, a mile or a kilometre?
A mile.
That's correct. Kilnamatra. And Donald, which fictional character lived in Transylvania?
Dracula.
That's correct. Dahi, how many wives did Henry VIII of England have?
6.
That's correct. Mary, what do Chinese use instead of knives and forks?
Chopsticks.
That's correct. And Martin, to which book would you refer if you wanted to find the meaning of a word?
Dictionary.
That's correct. I will in front of you. James, when is the first day of Lent?
Ash Wednesday.
That's correct. Michael, which French leader was finally defeated at Waterloo in 1815?
Napoleon.
That's correct. Phil, Olive Oil was the girlfriend of which cartoon character?
Popeye.
That's correct. And Con, which is the world's highest mountain?
Mount Everest.
That's correct. That completes the 2-mark questions, which are basically warmer-uppers. And I'll hand you over to Tim now for the score.
And at the end of the 2-mark questions, there's level pegging. Kilnamatra are 16 points and Macroom are 16 points.
So it's full marks all round. Right, the 4-mark individual round. Again, you can convert to your teammates for half marks. And Donald, what are the boats used on the canals in Venice called?
Gondola.
That's correct. Dahi, which usually comes first, lightning or thunder?
Thunder.
No, I'm sorry, it's lightning. Light travels faster than sound. Mary, what does a cartographer do for a living?
He draws maps.
That's correct. And Martin, who won the 1985 Carl's Irish Open Golf Championship?
Seve Ballesteros.
That's correct. Macroom and James, how many carats are there in pure gold?
22.
No, sorry, it's 24. Right, 2 out. Michael, on which river is Paris situated?
The sea.
That's correct. Phil, in which television series is Daniel J. Travanti the lead actor?
Who?
Daniel J. Travanti. He's the leading actor in which television series?
History Quiz.
That's correct. And Con, in which county would you find a memorial to the Greyhound Master McGrath?
County Waterford.
That's correct. Back to Kilnamartyr and Donal. On a set of traffic lights, which colour would you find on top?
Red.
That's correct. Dahi, in which country would you find the Great Wall?
The Great Wall.
The Great Wall.
China.
That's correct. Mary, how many lines are there in a limerick?
5.
That's correct. And Martin, who wrote the book Alice in Wonderland?
Lewis Carroll.
That's correct. Back to Macroom and James. Which artist cut off his own ear in a fit of desperation?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is correct. Michael, which Wexford man was called the father of the United States Navy?
Barry.
Yeah, John Barry, Commodore John Barry. Phil, who in 1972 won 7 gold medals at the Munich Olympics?
25.
Mark Spitz is correct. And Con, who is the present Garda Commissioner?
Larry Wren.
Larry Wren. Back to Kilnamartyr. Donal, which canal links the Red Sea to the Mediterranean?
Suez.
That's right. Dahi, of which political party is John Hume the leader?
It's the LTV.
That's right. Mary, which is the longest day of the year?
21st of June.
That's right. Martin, on a telephone, which number is at the bottom of the dial?
0.
That's correct. Macomb, James. If you saw the letter D on the back of a car, from which country would it have originated?
Germany.
That's correct. It stands for Deutschland. Michael, who founded the Presentation Order of Nuns? And O'Neill is right. Phil, which is the largest bone in the human body?
Femur.
Femur or thigh bone, that's right. And Con, the River Shannon rises in which county?
Cavan.
That's correct. That completes the 4-mark questions. And for a score, we have Tim.
And at this stage of the final of the inter-parishes quiz, there's only 6 points separating the teams. Kilnamartyr are 60 points and Macroom are 54 points. So it is anyone's game.
Right, we move into the 6-mark individual round. And to begin, we have Donal once again. The Roman numeral C represents which number?
100.
That's right. Dahi, in which state of the United States is Pearl Harbor located?
Hawaii.
That's right. Mary, who is the present Russian leader?
Gorbachev.
Mikhail Gorbachev is correct. And Martin, who was the only president of Ireland to resign from office?
Carol O'Donoghue.
Carol O'Donoghue is correct. Macroom and James, who was the first American woman in space?
Dr. Sally Ride.
Sally Ride is correct. Michael, what is measured on a Richter scale?
Earthquakes.
That's right. Phil, which American city has been called the automobile capital of the world?
Chicago.
No, it's
Detroit.
Sorry, you said Chicago. It's Detroit is correct. So no marks there. For Con, which is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature?
Mercury.
Mercury for 6 marks, that's great. That completes the individual questions. And once again, for score check, we have Tim O'Malley.
And at the end of the individual marks, Kilnamartyr are 84 points and Macroom are 72 points.
Right, so we now have conferring questions. There are 10 questions, and we begin with Kilnamartyr. Which is the furthest planet from the Sun?
Pluto.
That's correct. From a crew. Who directed the film E.T.?
Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. In Greek mythology, what type of animal was Pegasus?
A winged horse.
That's correct. Macroom, from whom did Barry McGuigan win the world title?
Pedrosa.
Pedrosa, yeah. What is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
That's correct. What is the colour part of an eye of a human eye called?
The iris.
The iris, right. Who is the reigning Formula 1 world champion?
Alain Prost.
That's correct. Who was recently appointed American ambassador to Ireland?
Victoria.
Margaret Heckler, that's correct. What actor played the leading role in the film Dr. Zhivago? No, I'm sorry, it was Omar Sharif. On the same theme, what actor played the leading role in the film Love Story? Ryan O'Neill is correct. Which is the world's largest lake?
The Caspian Sea.
That's correct. After Heathrow, which is London's main airport? Gatwick is correct. What Irishman won the 1969 Nobel Prize for Literature?
Beckett.
Samuel Beckett is correct. In 1911, who became the first man to reach the South Pole? Roald Amundsen is correct. On music, what famous German-born composer, the German-born composer Beethoven, what was his Christian name?
Ludwig.
Ludwig is correct. Again, on composers, what was Wolfgang Mozart's middle name?
Amadeus.
Amadeus, correct. Your second last question. What famous British literary family lived at Howard Parsonage in Yorkshire?
Brontes.
Brontes, correct. What famous French turn-of-the-century actress had a leg amputated in 1915 and was known as Divine Sarah? Sarah Bernhardt, correct. Kilnamartyr, your final question. She was born in Poland in 1867. She was born Maria Sklodowska. She married a Frenchman and together they won the 1903 Nobel Prize for Physics. Who was she?
Marie Curie.
Marie Curie is correct. For Macroom. Which British writer was born in 1832? He was a maths professor in Oxford. His real name was Charles Dodson. His most famous book was based on a little girl by the name of Alice Liddell. Who was he? Lewis Carroll is correct for 6 marks. That completes the questions. So for a final score, I hand you over to Tim.
And at the end of our quiz, it couldn't be hardly tighter. Kilnamartyr have 138 points and Macroom have 132 points, and Kilnamartyr have won by 6 points.
I'd now like to call on Jack Kenty of Kenty Farm Supplies Macroom, the sponsors of this quiz, to present the trophies to the victorious Kilnamartyr team. Don't ring. Dahi McSweeney. Mary Cronin and Martin Cronin.